Hello, beautiful people. I am super excited for this video because I think that in a culture and civilization, Western civilization, that really focuses on making people make rapid split decisions and try and keep up with what's hot and what's new, that when you have people and individuals that take a moment to live a life of purpose and intention, it's actually something really rare. Surprisingly enough, those that live with intention often are more fulfilled and are able to actually live the life of their dreams instead of living a life that's been sold to them or marketed toward them. A life where people say, you're not good enough, you don't have enough, you need this to become good and become better, which is a lie. And those that choose to live in intention, live in and with intention, know that those are lies. I am really excited for this video because I'm going to go over 5 different ways that you can start living with intention today. The first tip that I have for you is to define your core values and beliefs. Once you know what those are, then you want to use those to make the decisions in your life. If they line up with your values and your beliefs, it's a go. If they don't, say no. The second tip that I have for you is to prioritize your time and energy based off of your goals and your values. Again, put time and energy into the things that will get you closer to your goals, that are in alignment with your values. And if it's something that is not in alignment with your values, if it is something that is going to distract you from your goals, no, not about that life. Don't do it. It's not worth your time, not worth your energy, not worth your effort. And at the end of the day, that's how mistakes are made. That's how regrets happen. And we end up just feeling like, oh, I could have done so much better. Or if I could turn back the hands of time, then I would do this differently. Let's choose now, moving forward, to be intentional and only focus and give our time, energy, and attention to the things that are in alignment with our goals and our values. The third tip that I have for you is to create a daily routine that is in alignment with your goals and values. So it's really easy to say, only do the things that align with your goals and values. It's easy to say, right? But actually walking that out, living it out, requires for us to develop great habits and great systems in our life. And one of the big things I feel that is most effective is creating habits that are in alignment with our core values and our goals. If our goal is to be a more clean and organized person, it starts with something simple like every morning I make my bed. Instead of keeping it unmade, I'm gonna make my bed. And establishing that habit, and then once that habit is solidified, you build on top of that habit. I will say, as just a little interjection, Atomic Habits is a great resource for how to do this and habit stacking and creating systems, and it's a wonderful book. I highly recommend. The fourth tip that I have for living with intention is to be intentional about taking the time to recharge your batteries and take breaks. This is important because when you're actively moving toward a goal, there's definitely a time for you to stay focused and work toward that goal, but you also want to give yourself a mental break and make sure that you are still in alignment with and doing the things needed to keep you moving toward your goal. So what I mean by this is sometimes we tend to have a goal and we say, this is our goal, this is where we're going. And as we start moving toward that goal, we kind of accumulate other things that are supposed to help keep us moving toward our goal. Some of those things are helpful and some of those things end up being energy drainers. And it's really important that we take time, whether I believe in doing it once a week minimum, but once a month, once a quarter, whatever it is for you, to take the time, slow down, look at everything and then reanalyze what things do you need to get rid of, what things should stay on your plate, what things need to be taken off, what things can you delegate to other people, what things are keeping you and moving you toward your goal, and what things are no longer a part of or in alignment with your values. And when we do this and we look at things and we analyze it in that way, we are really powerful. That sounds so cool, but it's so true, because we are able to really stay focused on what we're doing and have the impact that we want to have. And it's in that process, all of these things coming together, that really allow for us to start creating and living the life that we want. If we are spending our time and energy on something that isn't bringing us closer to our goals and isn't in alignment with our values, we're not actually living the life that we want to. Instead, we're just kind of going through the motions and struggling to get by and struggling to make ends meet. And it's like, why do that? Why struggle when you don't have to? Instead, it's like, well, let me refocus. Let me look at everything and see what should stay, what should go, and do what needs to be done, and then move toward my goals and dreams. Put my energy toward my values and my goals and making all of that happen. I get so excited. I love it. I think I get so excited because I truly, truly do believe that no matter who you are, where you're from, what your background is, none of that matters. What really matters is, are you willing to be the person that you need to be in order to live the life that God's put on your heart to live, right? Are you willing to do the things needed to do that are needed in order to become the person that God's called you to be, right? To do the things needed to do. I love it because the answer is yes, every person can do that. Every person can become the person that they need to be. Every person can do the things that are required of them. And every person can live the life that they are called to live a life that is satisfying and fulfilling. Oh, I love it. The fifth tip that I have for you is to reflect. Now, there's a difference between being intentional and taking time to look at things and analyze them, and reflecting. When you take time to reflect, you are looking at all of the things that you've done and you're saying, okay, this is where I want it to go. I've made progress up to here. And that progress line, just so that you know, is not linear. That progress line is more like this, and it is all over the place. And the reason is because we are becoming somebody that we have never been, and we are doing things that we've never done, and as a result we are going to make a lot of mistakes. It's part of the process. We are going to fail, and sometimes it is going to suck. However, this is where reflection comes in, and why it is also very powerful and effective, because when we take time to reflect and look at where we failed and how we screwed up, we are also able to say, this is how I would do it differently. This is where I can improve this area. This is how I can make this habit better. And these are the things that I need to let go and release. And that, again, is powerful, because as we then continue embarking on our journey, we are able to really hone in and utilize our energy in an effective way. Instead of carrying all of this baggage and shoulda, woulda, coulda, we acknowledge what went wrong. We say, okay, well, next time I'm gonna do it differently. There may or may not be a next time, but we grow from it. And in that growth, we are becoming the person that is actually going to live the life that we desire to live. Hopefully that makes sense. I love stuff like this. It's so great. If you can't tell, I said at the beginning of the video, but I am really excited. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video. I have a 6th key that I'm going to give you as a bonus, and that is to use visualization and affirmations to help focus your thoughts and intentions. This is really important because in the process of becoming someone that we've never been before, and in doing things that we've never done, we're gonna come across a lot of things that we just have never experienced. And when that happens, a lot of times there is self-doubt, there's a lack of, we develop a lack of self-respect, we develop a lot of negative thoughts that go through our brain, and it's a situation. And one of the most powerful tools that I feel that is very helpful is to use visualization and positive affirmations, because it's not so much about what we're experiencing in the moment, in the here and the now, or what we've experienced in the past, but it's about us really truly holding the space for the future. We're saying it doesn't matter what's happened in the past or where we are now, but we are choosing to intentionally create the future that God has put on our heart to do. And part of that is saying, listen, I'm going to see that vision that God gave me, and I'm going to hold on to that vision, and I'm going to speak life into that vision, and I am going to remind myself that God gave me this vision and that this vision is going to come to pass. And at the same time, not only am I going to visualize it, but I'm going to, like I said, speak life. I'm going to affirm whatever it is that is in alignment with that vision, okay? So it can be something really, really small, like I am thankful and grateful that I woke up today and that I'm breathing and that I live a life of intention, right? It can be something super duper simple as something like, I know that I am called for, and fill in the blank. I know that I am going to do X, Y, and Z. You know it, and you're speaking life into it. And then give reasons that you're doing A, B, and C, or give reasons as to why 1, 2, and 3 are possible, and things that are within your control. Because this takes the focus from our minds, from focusing on the troubles, the hiccups, all of the mistakes, the negativity, and the things that are associated with that, because often along with those things comes anxiety and stress, and then your mind fills with all the reasons you can't. And instead of having that circulate in your mind, we are taking control of that situation, and we're putting into our mind and the things that we're choosing, the things that we are going to focus on. Woo, my mouth. Positive affirmations and visualizations are so powerful and really important and helpful, especially if we're in an environment that is not supportive of the vision that we have. If we are in an environment that is telling us, no, you can't be the first to fill in the blank, or no, we don't travel, we don't swim, we don't break records, we don't start companies, we live paycheck to paycheck, and our people are poor, whatever it is, right? There's the environment that we're in often dictates how we live our life. And when we break out of that mold, it is a process and a journey. And what I'm trying to say, my words are all mixed up. It's a process and a journey. And in that process and journey, it is crucial that we hold the vision of what we want, not what is or what was. That's the only way that the future comes to pass, and it's different than what currently is, right? If we don't like something, we change it. And it's literally that simple. The in-between, that process of change, sometimes is not easy, or it's not very well liked by our surrounding environment or people in our environment. That's okay, they don't have to like it, but eventually they will appreciate it.